East Asia Forum, 5th of March 2024, the Chinese debt that Pakistan carries will be its economic linchpin in 2024. Pakistan has received the most financing from China to construct a route to the Indian Ocean via Gwadar. The government elected after February 8, 2024, will be confronted with the complex issue of Pakistan's foreign debt after the tumultuous election period in Pakistan. Pakistan's foreign debt obligations seem relatively low. The State Bank of Pakistan estimated them to be $124.5 billion, or 42% of GDP, by the middle of 2023. When measured against international standards, this is not particularly significant. However, the nation's yearly foreign exchange inflows derived from exports fall short of covering import expenses. Excluding remittances, Pakistan incurred a current account deficit of $30.5 billion in 2022-23. Approximately 90% of this amount was financed through remittances from Pakistanis employed overseas, with the remaining portion being primarily covered by fresh foreign financing. Domestic issues will hinder rising export revenues in 2024. Textile producers, for example, closed their workshops in 2023 due to the impact of escalating electricity costs on their capacity to manufacture goods intended for export. The official rupee-US dollar exchange rate stabilized in 2023 due to the Federal Investigation Agency's crackdown on illegal foreign exchange dealers. However, this action also deterred Pakistani expatriate laborers from returning their earnings via official channels. Given the improbable growth of export earnings, resolving the issue of delayed foreign debt payments will emerge as a pressing concern for the Pakistani government after the February 2024 elections. The government will need to negotiate with a wide array of stakeholders. The State Bank of Pakistan's most recent quarterly statement identifies the stakeholders. As of September 2023, a portion of Pakistan's foreign debt, amounting to $99.1 billion, is attributed to the government and state-owned enterprises. The government owes multilateral institutions, including the Asian Development Bank and the World Bank, $37.1 billion of this amount. This typically consists of concessional, long-term debt with low interest rates repaid in relatively modest installments over 15 to 30 years. The government of Pakistan has an outstanding debt of $7.8 billion to the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Foreign exchange obligations arise from agreements with the State Administration of Foreign Exchange, SAFE, of China, the institutions of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. In recent years, SAFE has consented to assist Pakistan by depositing a portion of its funds into the country's central bank, allocating special drawing rights, and conducting swaps totaling $11.7 billion. Additionally, the government of Pakistan has acquired additional debt without concessional terms. In practice, this was accomplished through the sale of Eurobonds, a foreign currency debt instrument, and Sukuk, Islamic financial certificates. The new debt totals $7.8 billion and may be repaid over varying periods, 5, 10, or 30 years, but almost certainly at exorbitant interest rates. The remaining $18.1 billion consists of foreign debt that banks and private enterprises in Pakistan owe. The Pakistani government presently possesses an external debt of $37.9 billion, of which $26.1 billion contains other bilateral loans and $6.1 billion comprises unspecified commercial loans. The details surrounding the other bilateral loans are scarce. It's possible that Chinese financial institutions provided numerous loans to support the construction endeavors carried out by Chinese enterprises in Pakistan as a component of the Belt and Road Initiative. Since 2014, the infrastructure projects have been integrated into the bilateral China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. The financial aspects of CPEC remain obscure. Pakistan potentially serves as the foremost sponsor of Belt and Road initiatives globally, as evidenced by the $62 billion investment anticipated in CPEC. Based on data from the China Global Investment Tracker, Pakistan received company investments totaling $16 billion and contracted work worth $51.2 billion between 2005 and 2023. On the contrary, aid data has determined that Pakistan owed China a cumulative aggregate debt of $67.2 billion from 2000 to 2021. The organization further contends that Pakistan has underestimated its cumulative debt to the World Bank, which amounts to $45.9 billion. A data elucidates the general reasons why recipient nations underreport their debt to China. One way the debt accumulates is through foreign direct investment from China, funded through loans extended to Chinese-owned enterprises or subsidiary proxy corporations that construct, initially own and operate infrastructure projects in the recipient nations. Regarding Pakistan, many of these entities function as autonomous power producers, providing electricity to the country's state-owned regional electricity distribution corporations. This construction removed new debt from the loan ledger of the recipient country's government. However, the government of Pakistan is also accountable for the foreign debt incurred by the independent power producers. Although their income is denominated in Pakistani rupees, they are obligated to repay their foreign creditors in foreign currency. In 2023-24, the IMF projects that Pakistan's debt service obligations will total $25 billion. This estimate is derived from Pakistan's official disclosure of its foreign debt. It is improbable that such developments will be considered, even though they jointly dictate Pakistan's foreign exchange needs for debt servicing. The Central Bank of Pakistan anticipates a rollover of $11.3 billion in 2023-24. In addition, the government budget for Pakistan in 2023-24 anticipates $4.6 billion from new commercial loans and $1.5 billion from sales of Sukuk and Euro bonds. However, that is insufficient. Pakistan's new government will be compelled to initiate urgent negotiations to reschedule a portion of the foreign debt due in 2024 due to the persistently negative trade balance. Unless China plays a significant role in that endeavor, Pakistan will be compelled to cede territory to it, precisely what China desires. In light of the prevailing challenges within China's financial sector, Pakistani negotiators may find it difficult to anticipate concessions from China. A cautious sense of optimism would have accompanied China's October 2018 concessions regarding restructuring Sri Lanka's debt, were it not for the likelihood that Pakistan's debt-related payments to China will surpass those of Sri Lanka.